Okay, so here we go. The laughter riot needs to end with these two jokers here. Huh? The one is here and one is the other side, still laughing. I mean, unbelievable. I will. A lot of people have written to me. We have to do one backstage Rev Sports doings on
I
the
don't
show.
think they will be able to handle it. No, no, no. I don't think anything like that should
Yeah,
ever
your
be
defensive
popular.
reaction says it all.
Especially with Rohan Gandhi and ISL, no. It should never
So
be popular.
these three, the kind of backstage madness they do is unbelievable. But on a serious note, we are here at Lords. We've been here for about 1.5 hours now. England has had a reasonable session, though the first team bowlers haven't really bowled. Bryden Cast walked past us about 15 minutes back. Maybe he went to the academy once again. By the way, behind us is the Middlesex Cricket Academy. You can go up to the top floor, do some physio, do some drills. Good morning, Julian. So, Bryden Cast just went past about 15 minutes back, 15-20 minutes. Jofra Archer has been batting in the nets in front of us, or batted in the nets in front of us for about 20-25 minutes. Interestingly, Archer did not bowl. Archer did not bowl a single ball. There was a game of football inside the stadium. In front of us is the nursery ground where the nets are on. Ben Stokes batted for a long time. Jamie Smith batted for a long time. Ben Duckett batted for a fairly longish time. One can see Ben
Is
Stokes.
he still in there?
Jamie Smith.
Who is that?
I think that's Harry Brook.
That's how.
Yeah, Harry Brook is now batting in the other nets. Baz McCullum was doing throwdowns, and he's still there. He's going to give throwdowns to who now?
We'll see who walks in. They're clearly prepping for someone, or he's throwing down to an empty
how
net.
to throw down.
He's trying to
Maybe
show
show what
someone
length to walk.
what like. Yeah, correct. Duck it again, is it? Yeah, possibly duck it again. Possibly duck it again.
Trisha.
Possibly duck it again. And Brendan McCullum still training. Yeah, trying to sort of show them the lengths of the short ball. But what is very, very interesting, and as we speak, I think the press conference is also on. If you can check, if Shubhan's live tweeting it, he's supposed to. The England press
I'm just
conference.
checking it.
Yeah, just check. England was supposed to have their press conference at 11.
The 11 is out.
11's out. Just give
Yeah,
it to them.
playing 11 is out. Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Harry Brook, Ben Stokes, Jamie Smith, Chris Wokes, Bryden Cast, Jofra Archer, and Shoaib Bashir.
So
One
no
change.
Gus Atkinson, exactly what we were saying,
Yeah.
that there's absolutely no way. So there's one change for England, and that's Jofra Archer coming in for Josh Tang. Exactly,
I'll just tweet that.
exactly what we had predicted. I haven't they already done it?
I'm just checking.
Just check. I think 3-4 of our people are there at the press conference. So
No, it hasn't.
just put it out. Uh, why wasn't it tweeted?
We sent in the group.
So what is he saying for immediate release?
But he forwarded the message.
Okay, just to give you the team again: Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Harry Brook, Ben Stokes, Jamie Smith, all the same. Chris Wokes, Bryden Cast, Jofra Archer, and Shoaib Bashir. Jofra Archer replacing Josh Tang. That's the only change for England here at Lords. Now the question is, Jofra Archer, who has last played red ball cricket in 21, has played one day of first class cricket in the lead up. Yes, he was bowling fast. Deep Das Gupta saying the other day that he was bowling rocket speed, but we've not seen him at the nets. Yesterday, England did not do their nets. Today, Jofra Archer did not bowl at the nets. He batted for a bit, but is that going to be enough? Is that enough in terms of preparation going into as important a test match as this? And thankfully, it's clouding up a bit. It's been very warm, very, very warm since morning.
We have had to have
Yeah, iced coffee.
coffees. I mean, just to explain to you guys.
It is very warm. It's extremely warm here in London, and over the next 3 days, it's expected to be early 30s, 31, 32. So very, very warm, and you can see all of us are in our t-shirts and stuff like that. Hi.
You know, on a
I'm
side
good.
note,
I came here to play some cricket. We had a 50 plus Marlboro Cup.
Fantastic.
India, USA, Wales.
I'm live. I'll finish this and come and speak to you.
You're live?
I like
How
doing
long
a
is
live
this?
show.
About 20 minutes.
I'll see you later.
Okay, take care. Yeah.
All
So
right, but I wanted to talk about digressing from cricket a little bit. Huge developments in Formula One. Christian Horner has been sacked as the team principal of Red Bull after being in that position for 20 years. That is big news, which also I think sort of indicates a Max Verstappen move to Mercedes at this point. So for next year there will be huge changes in the lineup, and Lauren Makeys is supposed to take over Christian Horner's role now. That's
this you had mentioned this to me about 4 5 months back.
yes,
That
that there was
that
something
there was
going on
something
in the
brewing.
Red Bull.
There was something brewing. So that's the Formula One update from Gargi. But back to cricket again. I mean, the English nets, kind of low key, low key.
Very
One
low
thought
intense.
one thought yesterday they had called training off. They were here by 9 o'clock. They played a bit of football. They played a bit of football in the main ground, and then the team came here at the. What is disappointing is not many Indian journalists here for the English practice, which is kind of disappointing. Which is because some of them did come and go to the press conference, but when England started practice, not many were here. Uh, as I said, Debashish and Rohan, the five of us were here by then. What exactly happened in this particular net in front of us, which is the throwdown net? Brendan McCullum was supervising the throwdowns, continuously giving the throwdowns. Chopra batted for a bit, and thereafter the frontline batters batted for quite long. Ben Duckett batted for quite long. Ben Stokes batted for quite long. Chopra obviously, and then Jamie Smith had a long session, and he looked sensational. We've put out a video, if not, or I think we have put out a video with some commentary by me on the Jamie Smith session. He was looking top notch. The England's batsman in form for this particular series, he was looking top notch. I think Cheteshwar Pujara is trying to do a little piece of his there at the other end
But
of the
I
nursery.
think I understand why. One, they cancelled yesterday's practice.
Yeah.
Two, today was also a very light day. You don't have many rest days in between
Yeah, the
test
turnaround
number
is
two and the test number three, and the fact that England bowled so many overs that I understand. Now I don't know why Jofra Archer did not bowl, but I understand if Bryden Cars and Chris Wokes and Ben Stokes took it easy. Ben Stokes did not because he batted for a long time. He hasn't gotten many runs in the two tests that we've seen so far, so it makes sense why he's spending so much time out in the middle or in the nets with the bat. But Jofra Archer, quite surprising. I was actually sort of expecting to see him bowl full tilt, and I wanted to see him bowl full intensity like a Jasprit Bumrah did. Well, whatever games Jasprit Bumrah plays, match day -2, you know you're going to see him bowl full tilt with full intensity. Now, maybe Jofra Archer is going in with a different strategy, but
Uh,
still quite surprising to not see him bowl at all.
I kind of agree that we expected Jofra to bowl, but having said that, recent times what we have seen with a lot of teams, and in terms of workload management and the new theory of workload management, if it's match day -1 or just the previous day, they generally don't kind of push anymore. We have seen this with India since the time of Bharat Arun and Ravi Shastri. This kind of started. That the
Shoaib
mainstream
Bashir bowled.
bowlers. Shoaib Bashir was there also some while back, was batting
Yeah.
also for a bit and then bowled for a bit. Shoaib Bashir, yes, again, hasn't had the greatest series. I mean, has not been able to contain India, has not been able to do much with the ball either. He will at least have a job to contain, and I understand where Shoaib Bashir becomes important for these guys, and that's because you are kind of constrained by the fact that you have to keep the over rate. And because of the over rate issue now with ICC becoming much more strict compared to the earlier times where you could get away with 12 overs an hour or 13 overs an hour, you will not be able to do that. Penalties can be imposed. You might have fines and match bans. As a result, Shoaib Bashir's role is not just containing or also is to keep up with the over rate and give England that respite to the faster bowlers. What do you reckon with this team? How impactful do you reckon Jofra can be? Chris Wokes owns Lords in a way because he has an average of 12 at Lords. Chris Wokes, he's the kind of best bowler every time Josh Tongue came in. So that weak link is now gone. They've tightened that up. Obviously, with Jofra, they have that X factor. Cars was very good. Vokes was very good. Stokes has been reasonably good as well. What do you reckon about this team here at Lords?
I kind of saw a similarity between the two teams. When we talk
A
about
lot of people will Jacob Bethel play. No, no, no. We've
no,
given
he's
the
not.
team. We've given the team.
Should I read
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out
One more
once
time.
again?
One
I'll
more
read
time.
it out once again. The playing 11 is out. So it's Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Harry Brook, Ken Stokes, Jamie Smith, Chris Brooks, Bryden Cast, Jofra Archer, and Shoaib Bashir. So just one change. Joshua goes out, Jofra Archer comes in. Now when I see this bowling lineup, before Jofra Archer came in, I saw a bit of a similarity in the pace department. You had a Josh Tongue, something similar to a Prasid Krishna. They would both come and lead runs. Now Prasid Krishna did very well in the last test match. Uh, but
As we speak, Zach Crawley comes to the
oh yeah,
throwdown nets.
he's there. Maybe he will practice a little bit shortly.
Possible. Zach Crawley, and that's Rob Key, selector.
Let's see what kind of knocking he
Zach
does.
Zach Crawley goes into the throwdown nets.
If
Rob Key trying to keep an eye who's coming to bowl. Of those guys, the two guys who Brendan McCullum was showing the length for the throwdown. I think no, that guy will do a throwdown. Yeah, I think the other fellow.
it's just throw down.
So
Let's see. But yes, when we talk about the pace department, now that the weak link is gone, because even if you saw Yashasvi Jaiswal or that opening partnerships where that new ball is
by
so
the way,
dangerous.
first nets is Joe Root. First net is Joe Root batting against that left arm spinner and taking some throwdowns from Marcus Trescothick. A couple of faster bowlers are also bowling, I think net bowlers. But that first net, now you go, see the faster bowlers are also bowling. That's Joe Root in the first net. The second net, who's that? Harry Brook in the second. So Joe Root and Harry Brook now taking turns in the two nets, and Zach Crawley is taking throwdowns in the net right in front of us. So that's what is going on as far as England's practice is concerned. Joe Root, Harry Brook, and Zach Crawley. And look at that. Harry Brook is actually asking them to give revolutions on that ball. Interesting. He's actually asking them to give revolutions on that ball. Also, Ravindra Jadeja and Washington, yes, from a higher arm action. That's Harry Brook.
Jadeja bowls flatter lines compared to Washington Sundar. Washington Sundar was looping it a little bit.
It depends on the conditions, so what kind of trajectory Jadeja bowls. If there is rough fourth innings, he will try and give a bit of flight. But yeah, that's Harry Brook. Really looking good. Really looking good. Joe Root, once runs badly, and that's one area where England has kind of struggled because Root has not been his usual self. Root has not been his usual self. There are loads of questions.
Just a second. Swapnil, can you let me know if the mic is fine? Because apparently my mic is not as loud as yours.
Who says that?
स्वप्निल स्वप्निल एक बार बता देना क्या अपडेट है
Okay, तब तक मैं बोल देता हूँ इनको. Weather update, Syed Nizamuddin. Weather update, it's hot. It's going to be very, very hot here in London for the 4 days, 5 days of the test. Tomorrow will be about 29, and then thereafter 30, 31, even goes up to 32 the high. So very, very hot, and the low will be around 19, 20. So that's warm low to start the day. And as the day progresses, seriously hot. Absolutely no chance of rain. At least no prediction for rain at this point in time for the next 4 days. So genuinely hot weather here in London for the test match. So that's Syed Nizamuddin. Arvind, toss batter bowl pitch. Weather is very hot, as I said.
Yeah.
Very, very hot, as I said. Will that impact the toss? Will a team want to bowl last when the wicket kind of breaks down, or there are cracks because day 5, day 4, with the weather being that hot, baking hot? Will that impact the toss? Is it going to be a bat first pitch and then bat and score runs on the board? Will England take the risk again of sending India in? Carl McDermott, the curator, had said that there will be juice. There will be juice on the first 2 days. Is your mic okay now? So you can.
I think so.
Okay.
No, but Muria, an interesting thought to think here is if the pitch is
Good now.
what is good now? Yeah, that's great then. Um, all right. The thing that I was thinking of was if Shubman Gill wins the toss, India has
Bat
not
first.
batted
Bat
second. India has not bowled first throughout the series. What do you do?
Bat first. Because
No
you are
questions asked.
bat first. Because look, from what we have seen, but not that much. Today's wicket, we have already put out photographs. The color has started to change.
Yeah.
Lords, if you put runs on the board, you know that your bowlers will come in. I mean, come on. Even if you bowl with that bowling attack, you have a chance. You have a very good chance on day one. So, but at the same time, England is a tired unit. 3 days of turnaround,
Put them to
and
bowl first again.
if you score again, will it deflate England? Shubman Gill will now start to believe that this batting attack that India now has, if it's a reasonable track, we've got to see what it looks like on the match day morning. But if it's a reasonable track to bat, why not? It will be tough. Make no mistake, for the first two sessions will be tough, but that's what you expect.
And heading into the series, England's only, let's say, confidence booster was the fact that they kept saying over and over that
Come on, B.
these that they kept saying that we're going to chase down anything. We've got the bat. We bat till number 9. We have a Bryden cast at number 9. We can bat long. We can score those runs. But clearly, the only strength that England had, you kind of sorry, India has what happened?
तुम बाय द एंड ऑफ द टूर खुद को लेके घर जाओगे ना, तो आई विल जाके पूजा दूंगा मैं.
What does that mean?
सीरियसली बोल रहा हूँ. मैं घर जाके, if you get yourself back in one piece to Delhi, Nagpur, whichever part of
Someone
India you
is
go to.
trying to wrap up puja. Someone is trying to give puja. Inside joke. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is you completely deflated England's only strength here. When it comes to chasing, you've
Yeah,
given them
that strategy has backfired.
you've seriously given them doubts about chasing. They've not been able to chase at all. And if
They are
India,
stubborn.
they are stubborn, which is why I think if England win the toss again, they will put India to bat again.
Yes, it's an arrogant team.
Yes,
and,
it
and
is.
you've
It's an
understood
arrogant
that. It's an arrogant team at one level. It's a kind of stereotypical approach that, oh, we can't go wrong. If you hear Ben Stokes, at no point did he say that. He said it's a subcontinental wicket.
Yeah.
When they asked him about his form, it was a one-word answer: no, I'm not worried. So it is an arrogant side.
Yeah,
Even
I asked
on
Marcus Trent Kirklick, are you worried about Joe Roots and Ben Stokes? Or
no,
his answer was no.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, good
this
for
is
you.
this is an arrogant side, England, and that's fine by us. That's absolutely fine by us. I mean, if you want to push the bar there and continue in the same vein and not look at conditions and think, oh, you know what, we will go in with our strategy of putting India in, come what may. And if India once again puts runs on the board, finished. Game done. Because this is one Indian bowling attack with Bumrah, Akashdeep, and Siraj, which is at least 10 notches better than what we had in Edgbaston with Prasid, with Bumrah there.
Yeah.
And then you have the confidence with Akashdeep and Siraj. So one has to, by the way, India's training session exactly an hour from now. We will finish this live in the next 6-7 minutes. And exactly an hour from now, which is our 5 at 5 show, Gargi and I will be back. Quickly take this and let's wrap up in about 3 minutes.
Okay, so Parshi Rai Chaudhary is saying, is there any possibility of playing 4 pacers? Do you think India continue to play 2 spinners?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Washington gives you
Playing
back.
for spin, they're playing for back.
They're playing Washington Sundar is being kept in the team more for batting, and he did show you that he can bat.
I mean, he's an all-round option and correct option. I mean, people are asking for these changes for what? When we look at Washington Sundar and Shubman Gill partnership of 150, that's why you won that game. England scored 407 in the first innings. India was 411 for 6 when Ravindra Jadeja got out. That partnership won you that game. On what basis do you drop someone? I don't think you can. Muriada, who came for PC today? England was obviously the captain. India, we will see Shubman Gill come because it's the pre-match day. Match day -1. The captain generally comes for the pre-match PC. Will Sachin and Yuvraj be there tomorrow? Sachin will be. Sachin will ring the bell. It's the Anderson Tendulkar Trophy. Sachin will be, his house is what, 7 minutes from here by walk. If you walk, just behind us, right, and his house is right there. Sachin will definitely be there first day. And he had confirmed also. Sachin will show. Yuvraj, I don't know. Sachin will be there. No Atkinson in England 11, correct. And I don't think Atkinson was ready. If that Zimbabwe game was the only game he played and he picked up an injury thereafter and he played that after a while, I don't think Atkinson was ready. It would have been a massive risk had they played a Jofra who is playing after what, 2021, and after one day of first class cricket, you get him back into a test match and you're also playing Atkinson. That would have been a half baked England attack. But I also want to see about Bryden Cars. Bryden Cars did not look to be fully fit in that last day at Edgbaston. Lord's flat out, just it happened in what? WTC. Yes, correct. Lord's does flatten out. First 2 days of the WTC final was a very juicy, very different wicket, and then completely kind of changed when South Africa batted in the second innings when Temba and Aiden Markram were batting and Aiden got that 100. It had flattened out a lot. But first couple of days when South Africa and Australia, both teams bowled. There was plenty of juice when Rabada bowled first, when Cummins and people bowled soon after, basically one day. Day one and day two, lots of juice. Day three, it had totally flattened out. So whoever asked this question was a very decent question to ask. No Atkinson, please do interview with MSD. He doesn't do interviews. Yes, I think Trisha did a copy yesterday explaining why. Yeah, go for it. Explain why you guys both feel that Karun will play.
I just think it's the intensity of the batting session that he did that makes it more or less clear that Karun Nair will be in the team. And you think about it, I don't see him being dropped because of that partnership with KL Rahul, how good he is in the slips and in the field as well. Apart from that one missed field in Leeds on day 5, I do not remember him leaking any sort of runs when it comes to fielding. He is one of the safest hands in the slip. He is a very good fielder in the 30-yard circle, in covers as well. He was saving a lot of boundaries in Edgbaston, so I don't see him being dropped at all.
It doesn't look like, and again, your policy of one game. I mean, you've just given him one game. Then if you drop him after one game at number 3, he's not had that bad a game. He's got 30 and 20, whatever. Yes, in the second innings, there were many chances, but that spell by Bryden Carson, Chris Wokes was very good. Was an impressive spell. So maybe no. So Boryada, please, whatever this is, BCCI scheduling Sri Lanka series, freaking awesome. Haven't heard. Honestly, haven't focused on the white ball series. Just when that announcement came of Bangladesh, is BCCI speaking to Sri Lanka to schedule a series in that window? Haven't heard, but we'll. Now that you ask, we'll check and surely let you know. Do you agree? Do you agree with Vian Mulder's comments?
What did you say?
The 367, you can look it. I've heard that interview not once but 4 or 5 times. At one level you can see it as showing enormous respect, at one level showing enormous respect, and you can treat it like that oh, you know what, he said Lara deserves it more, and the gist was that okay, legends deserve it more. But then on the other side, Sir Garfield Sobers 365, why 367? Sir Len Hutton 364, why 367? Is it because Vian Mulder did not really see them and doesn't follow that way, that he spoke about Lara? Again, it's a personal call. I mean, Vian Mulder, should he have got that 400 and made the record in his name? These are subjective things, but what he said, you've got to give it to him that he's done it basis what he believes. So there is no right or wrong here. There is no right or wrong that oh, Vian Mulder's comments was of a very kind of philosophical plane where he's given credit to, or he wants Lara to have the record. On the other hand, there is no wrong here that oh, he should have gone ahead and scored the 400. It is his personal call, and obviously it must have been decided within the South African framework. But Lara is definitely somewhat lucky to be able to have that record thanks to Vian Mulder.
You can't do that. Okay. Go big or go home for Karun Nair. Okay. Oh, why are all saying that England will win the series 4-1?
Who will win the series?
England.
Those
On
are
such
Regular
usual
England cricket.
usual
Will
Indian.
Siraj play all 5 tests?
Yes.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, he will.
But there's no reason for him to
He
not
will.
play
He
all 5.
100% will.
I think
Unless he picks up an injury, which at this point in time one shouldn't even talk about. Certainly playing Lords 9 days before Manchester. Absolutely no reason to think he won't play Manchester. And if the test series is open, India on the cusp, you reckon he will not play over? 100% he
will
will play.
Kuldeep play? Doesn't seem likely. Not again. Doesn't seem like it at all. Sanvi, our dedicated Gill cricket is here. She's saying, I can already imagine Archer breaking Gill's middle stuff.
She's the one who keeps saying all this, right? Ask her to keep.
Yeah.
Ask her to keep saying. Ask her to keep saying. See, she clearly is a good omen for Gill.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Whoever is doing anything to criticize Gill, keep going.
Okay. Why does the Lord's pitch have slope?
This even I don't have the answer. I mean,
I mean,
why does it have the slope? It has the slope, but why does it have the slope?
गलती हो गई.
थॉमस लॉर्ड से गलती हो गया 1814 में.
वो उन्होंने ठीक नहीं
अब
किया
इतने साल बाद क्या ही सुधारेंगे गलती.
वो अभी ऊपर बैठ के देख रहे हैं शायद कि आपने ये सवाल पूछा है. बाय द वे ये लॉर्ड्स ग्राउंड जो है ना, ये लॉर्ड्स ग्राउंड ओरिजिनल ग्राउंड नहीं है. 1814 में टॉमस लॉर्ड ने यहाँ पर ये ग्राउंड लेकर आए थे वो. अगर आप जाके टॉमस लॉर्ड के बारे में पढ़े थोड़ा सा आप जान भी जाओगे. और इफ यू गो एंड चेक आवर live this morning, the tour of Lords, you will see Rohan Chaudhary jumping on that Thomas Lord roller and Miss
And
Gargi
me
Rao.
sizing it up.
Yeah, क्या आपका विंग स्पैन छोटा था, क्या बोल रहे थे आप?
I was saying that the roller was bigger than my wingspan.
So you will see my
And also
two colleagues. It was a gigantic roller.
gigantic. Huh.
Imagine उससे रोल कैसे करते थे.
That's what I was thinking. Like, how many people will it take to actually get that to roll? Anyway, final couple of comments. Srimanta Bhattacharya is saying key to this match would be opening spell of English bowlers versus Indian openers and Indian quicks versus English. वो तो हर बार ही होता है यार. First crucial hour.
And
every
KL Rahul
time.
got 100
Yeah.
last time round.
If India starts well in both fronts, the battle is over. Jaipal will be the key here.
KL Rahul will be the
KL will be the key.
because
We all
KL will leave the balls. He got 100 last time
And
round
plus-
at Lords. KL knows. KL has scored in this ground. I mean, all of them will be the key. You've got to get runs. Ultimately, you've got to score. So far, the batting has held itself together. Shubman has been stellar. If they continue, they have to get runs. Even if it's a juicy wicket, you've got to get runs to be competitive. Make no mistake about it. You've got to put your best foot on the park and be competitive. It's the home of cricket. By the way, yesterday, a lot of these idiots, I saw one of your photographs, you said the Mecca of cricket, and they started saying, what are you saying, this, that, what not. Come on, boss. This is the home of cricket. She used the term.
Anyway, final question. People asking when the Indian press conference is. And
12:30, 1 hour from now. 12:30, 1 hour from now is the Indian press conference, maybe 1.
Yeah.
12:30 to 1, the Indian team is expected to be here in about an hour. And we will join you back in exactly an hour.
Yes.
5 at 5, we will be back. Time for a quick break on the show in that sense. 1 hour, we will also figure out what's going on, have a cup of tea or a glass of water. And guys, join us back at 5 p.m. We've given you a lowdown from the England up. By the way, it's coming to an end. See? All of the players now walking back. The nets, the English nets, the optional nets, kind of, because one did not see any of the bowlers go full tilt. Still a couple of batters batting in one of the nets. Joe Root still there. Joe Root is still there batting. A long batting session for Joe Root. Long batting session for Joe Root. Otherwise, the English net's just about coming to an end. Thank you very much for watching.